episode of Dave's Class It Up Kitchen Garage Edition. I guess this is my COVID career 2, 3 maybe? Anyhow, today we're going to take a very unclassy American whiskey barrel and turn it into a wonderful piece of furniture. Delicious. Smells delicious. The aromas in here are intoxicating. Anyhow, let me take you on this adventure. Let's go, shall we? Come with me, won't you? First, we have to do a bit of cleanup on the outside of the barrel. Yes, it's still got any of the scale from the barrel house and the delicious Jim's bourbon distillery. Yes, so we'll take a wire wheel and get all the scale off very quickly. And then we'll have to do some measuring and then some cutting. Chop, chop, chop. Right, now that the barrel is sufficiently clean enough for, indoor furniture, you could use these indoors and outdoors, depending on your preference or taste. But we've got to split the barrel in half. But we've got to bias the legs from one side to the other in order to get 19 inches of total height from the top of the barrel to the middle. So what we're going to do is take a measurement from the top, make a line at 19 inches. Yes, this is the only time that the imperial system comes back into play. Like the rest of the world, we all use metric, but apparently for furniture and measuring wood, we still use the good old imperial measurement system. Oh well, who am I to make the rules? But yes, measurement from the top down 19 inches, and then from the bottom up 19 inches, wherever that may be. And we'll put lines through the center of the barrel here. And this will be the first bias of splitting, because we have to use some of these staves here as legs for the table. So yes, we'll pick it up after those lines are done, and I'll show you about the biasing. Bias. There we are. Our marks are made at 19 inches from the top of the barrel down and vice versa from the bottom of the barrel. Yes. Now what we have to do is select the staves we will use as the legs. And what we want to do is select different staves depending on the bottom and the top of the barrel. You want to try to use the thickest staves, as these will be the legs, as seen here. Sometimes it's not exactly as easy to do so because there just isn't the real estate. So doubling up a couple, it's okay, but remember, this is a barrel. It's only held together with these straps. There's no glue or fasteners or anything like that keeping it together. So you want to keep as much structural rigidity. So I'll go around the top and I'll select which ones in a tripod fashion. We'll use 3. And then I'll mark which ones we'll use. Yes, this one. Ooh, look at that beefy. Very beefy. It'll be a good one. But we'll only be able to use it for one side, not both. As the bias, these couple of inches here, needs to be included in one side and not the other. So I'll flip the barrel around and select which ones I'm going to use, and then we'll start cutting. Yay, delicious cutting. It's a pretty easy little concept. You've just got to think about it and plan and measure a little bit. And it's not an exact science, but it's COVID science. Not the COVID science that says vaccinations don't work, or that it's all a hoax, or not that COVID science, but practical COVID science. Here we are. We've got the legs biased, so we'll be cutting different sections around the circumference of the barrel in order to create the blanks from top to bottom. All the cutting is not done yet. Not yet. More cutting. However, in order to split the barrel efficiently, we've got to do this first. So, here we are. Another time lapse because I don't think you want to hear skill saw 5750. Chopping away. Righto. And there you have it. That's what's inside of an American Bourbon Barrel. They flame charcoal, flame it, in order for the mellowing of the alcohol through the distillation process. So, it's quite, I must shut this door. It's quite chilly in here now. But yes, the charcoal offers the flavor as the alcohol mellows and flows in and out of the wood. So you can see here when some of the alcohol has still penetrated the wood as we've bisected it. So I've got to go around and clean up all of these little cuts because this is a leg, not here. So I'll go around and clean that up, and then we'll have to measure again from the top about 8 inches down, and then we'll make another slice, and that's where the top of the table will be, and our legs will be at full length at that time. And there we are, there are our blanks, and as you can see, we've got very stubby little legs compared to these. So what we've got to do is take out more of the staves, but in strategic locations, right? We don't want to take out the length here. As we see here, this is the full stave all the way down, completely 19 inches. We just want to take out everything in its perimeter at a depth of 8 inches. So we've got to measure down and make another line around each of the barrels, because we have 2 now. And we've got to chop out all of that section all around. So again, more measuring from the top, down 8 inches, another line around, making sure we don't chop off our legs that we've got established now, much like this. This barrel ring will probably fall out, but it's okay because these 2 are here. It's keeping everything in tension. Each one of these staves is beveled, so once combined into the barrel, they push against each other. So as long as these rings stay intact, it shouldn't fall apart, unless you really want to get aggressive with this table and maybe use it as like a WWE wrestling prop. It should be fine. So more measuring, more cutting. There's the raw, unsanded, unfinished blank turned into table. Now we have to do with all of this loveliness here, all the charcoal chunkets and wood chips and sawdust and whatnot. Yes, so what we'll have to do is use the wire wheel of death over there and grind on the inside. I will use my multi-purpose COVID protector mask that is child size because I couldn't find any adult size, so just pretend with me, and we'll grind down all of the charcoal bits, and then sand all the raw cut edge, make it look a little nice. Then we'll flip and sand the top to give it a nice smooth surface, and sand off any of the remaining sight lines for any of the cuts that we've made, and make it presentable. Oh, here we are, here we go. there we have it, folks. Another wonderful masterpiece made in Dave's Classic Kitchen Garage Edition. COVID Career 2. Yes, stay tuned for more of these oddball projects that I just come up with on a whim. There's no rhyme or reason. We'll just see what happens, and what happens is what happens. So, thank you again for joining me. Until next time, bon appetit. Thank you.